talked after India about how hard it would be to pick a World Cup squad. I imagine it's even harder now. Are we talking like one of the hardest decisions of your life, or?
No, it's getting, it's actually becoming more obvious by the day to me. So, and the same with the other selectors. Looking forward, I think we're sitting down the 9th of April to select it. So, it becomes more clear as you watch games. That's why games are so important as well. There's obviously going to be some couple of really disappointed players, but that's the business. That's the tough business we're in. We're really lucky we've got that Australian A tour running at the same time, so we can have the guys who just miss out, I'm sure will be part of that Australian A, so if anything happens to the players, they'll be ready to step up. The pleasing thing is we've got 18 or 19 players who can easily step up and help us win a World Cup.
Steve and Dave are obviously a big talking point, but what about the quicks like Jai, Josh and Mitch all coming back from injury? It's obviously quite tricky. Do you think you're more likely to include the three, and then if anything happens down the track you can withdraw them, or how do you approach that?
Yeah, I think in the batting there'll be one or two really unlucky players, and then there'll be and that's going to be the biggest challenge, I reckon, working out where they are with their injuries, working up. And whilst we're playing really good cricket at the moment, our danger period is going to be that month actually. It's nice to have a break, but I think Punter texted me a couple of days ago and said, I wish the World Cup was starting today, because we're just building really, but we're quite battle hardened after a long summer. I think we've been going since the 20th of September, so we're quite battle hardened, and never underestimate how important that is for playing good cricket. So that's going to be a challenging month. We've got to stay ready. All the boys have got to stay ready for it. We've got some lead-up games against New Zealand and in England, obviously. They'll be important games, but that balancing act of who's going to be able to be ready to play from probably the start of the practice games, certainly that's going to be they're the biggest questions to be asked, I think. I answered.
Yeah, Josh is probably the one who's the latest. I think he said that he, he's hoping to be fit for those warm-up games in England as opposed to the ones in Brisbane. Is that sort of, do you think he's still realistically in the mix? You'd be happy him returning, having just a couple of warm-up games, and with the talent that he has? Or?
Yeah, look, I mean, he played. He's got World Cup experience. He's obviously very highly ranked in one-day international cricket. He hasn't played a lot of one-day international cricket the last few years. I think he's definitely played less than 50% of our games for various reasons, for injury and for being rested. We know he's another one. He's a brilliant bowler. He's had some time out now, so he's doing everything he can. I know he's doing his rehab's been meticulous. I know he's working hard. I know he wants to start playing cricket again, so as they all do in rehab. So yeah, that'll be one of the really tough questions.
In terms of those guys, getting through to an Ashes series as well, is that a bit of concern that your best three bowlers in one-day cricket might be your best three in the Test as well?
Yeah, but what's most pleasing is a lot of other guys have stepped up. I mean, the emergence of Jai Richardson, we see the talent of Nathan Coulter-Nile, we see the left arm of Jason Berendorf. We saw Kane Richardson's his last over last night was just absolutely brilliant. I mean, you need really good bowlers at the death. So there's actually some good depth of talent now. It's not just about the three bowlers. There's actually a number of guys who we could easily select. So I'm not as concerned now. We've got some more confidence in the other guys.
Yeah, I guess probably better than anyone the value of a strong opening partnership, and it seems like Aaron and Usman have really developed a strong bond on these last two tours. Like, how worried are you that you might have to break it up with Dave coming back?
No, not worried. I think it's a really positive thing. We keep seeing. We look at Victoria making another Sheffield Shield final, and they've had Marcus Harris. That opening partnership that's been going for 4 or 5 years now. With Travis Dean. So, and either I'm not the best one or the best one to ask how important opening partnership, or the top three is. So it's really, because Aaron's had a really good partnership with David Warner as well. This partnership's blossoming between Aaron and Uzi at the moment. I mean, and they did it in the Test series as well. They seem to have they seem to gel really well. They're both pretty chilled out, and I think they work really well together. So I think it's a positive thing. I think David has shown he's a very versatile player. Uzi's batted three a number of times. Finchie's batted in the middle order, so versatility is important. But that'll be another good question to ask. But we'll do what's best for the team, that's for sure.
Yeah. With Steve and David, I remember it might have been your first press conference, you said, it'd be really unfair on them and unfair on the team if they just came back. There needs to be a process that happens. Obviously that's been happening. Like, how much is that completed? Like, how, in terms of the reintegration process, what else needs to happen before that first game of the World Cup?
I also said at this time it'd be great for them to come into a team that's playing really good cricket and it's competitive to get back into the team, and they come into a really closely knit unit, and we've obviously got that now, so that's a real positive. I guess the next phase is to have them back here and playing cricket together and getting a feel for what we're doing, whether it's our game plan or whether it's just the really close knit group that we've got. I mean, some of them are best mates that transcend just cricket mates. So that's going to be really important, but you don't build that until you come back in. So when they do, that'll be their opportunity, and they're obviously very talented players. We also know that the game of cricket and great teams are more than just about talented players. It's about how the team gels together. One thing I've learned over a long time is that camaraderie, and that is like the glue that keeps everything together, particularly when pressure comes on. And we've had pressure in the last 12 months. We will definitely have pressure in the World Cup and the Ashes. So we're really mindful when we select teams that we've got that camaraderie. And those guys have been around a long time. They're all good mates. So we're looking forward to bringing them back in. And the final part of their reintroduction will be reintroducing them.
Yeah. So you don't think, Aaron talked about how, he sort of broke the ice with beers and whatnot here. You don't think there'll be any sort of awkwardness when everyone rocks up in Brisbane? That's that's out of the way?
No, there won't be any awkwardness. Everyone got on. It was like two brothers returning to the family. It was there won't be any awkwardness. They want to play cricket. And at the end of the day, the other thing I've learned is that the guys, all they want to do is play cricket. They want to play cricket.
Yeah.
They don't want to be politicians. They want to play cricket, and they're playing really good cricket now. They're building a great team, or we're building a great team, and they want to play cricket. Yeah. So that's what David wants to do. That's what Steve wants to do. They want to play, and they're over playing cricket at the moment. They're doing what they love doing. They would have learned some good lessons. We've all learned some good lessons, and now we're looking forward to putting those lessons into practice.
What about everything that sort of will happen outside the bubble in England in terms of them? We saw the story about David. Supposedly the fast bowlers boycotting, saying they wouldn't play the fourth test as David there, which I think is actually a case of careless whispers. But I just mean those sort of stories that are going on. How do you, as a team, kind of do you raise that with the squad or with the bowlers, or do you just kind of ignore it because it's outside? We'll have really strong strategies. We know it's going to be as we experienced it during the summer, there's going to be the heightened awareness through the media, and that's okay. We know that's going to happen. We know we'll get it through the Barmy Army. We know that's going to happen, and we'll be really well prepared for that. We'll have strategies in place. But some you've heard me say during this, careless whispers. That one about the boys going to boycott the team, it is absolutely ludicrous. So anyway, that's we deal with that all the time. We deal with those things all the time. What we can deal with, and we've been doing it really well, is what we're doing as a team and how we're playing our cricket and how we're behaving off the field. How we're behaving on the field. So they're the things we've got to concentrate. Otherwise, mate, you get sidetracked. Does it hurt? Does it annoy you though? The fact
unbelievably, you would not believe how much it does, yeah.
Because the team's here and doing so well, and if you look at what's back in the papers and on the TV bulletins back home, it's a lot of that story about David. It's a lot of Mike Taylor's comments. Does that annoy you that this team isn't getting the recognition they probably?
No, not really. No, I just because I know how the industry works, so that's okay. That's the world we live in, isn't it? Imagine being Theresa May at the moment, or imagine being Donald Trump at the moment, or imagine everywhere. There's just, mate, it's the world we live in. Imagine being a teenage kid at the moment, a teenage girl at the moment, mate. That's okay. It's just that's the world we live in, and we're getting accolades. We feel it. We're getting great support from so many Australians. We're getting great support from so many people, and we all know we have zero control about what you guys write or what people say. Whatever. We got no control over that. So what we can control is what we're doing, and that's great. I love that part of it.
What did you make of Alex Carey last night? Like, that was a pretty important partnership with Maxi, and how do you kind of feel like he's trending towards the World Cup?
I think he's going really well. You know, he's worked so hard on his wicket keeping. He's starting to see rewards for that. He's done a really good job down the back of the like Maxi brings energy because he's elite fit. So, and we saw it with Ashton Turner in India. When they come out, there's so much energy, you know, they run in between. And great Australians, you think about Michael Bevan and Michael Hussey and Dean Jones, what they bring is energy. David Warner brings it. Great one-day players bring energy. He brings energy to us. He's a really good leader.
What about two spinners at the World Cup? Is that sort of almost across the line the way that Nathan and Adam have both bowled this past month?
Yeah, they're doing a really good job, aren't they? I think that it's obviously in these conditions we've played two spinners. Rarely do Australian cricket teams do that, but we've done it here and they've done a good job, which gives us another more flexibility. So Finchy knows that if we get to Old Trafford and it's spinning, we can play two spinners because we've actually put it into practice. We've done 3 quicks or 4 quicks for a very long time in Australian cricket. Now we've got another option, which is good. This is how this last few tours have helped us because, you know, options are always good.
Yeah. And what about like the reserve batsman that's going to be in the squad? You talked a bit about the flexibility. Like, is that going to be the number one kind of thing? You want someone who they can bat sort of, they can fill any spot in the order, or?
What we'll do is we'll be true to the formula that we've got for the game plan. So and that's not, I'm not being cryptic there. It's just what we'll do. We'll make sure that we've got, and then there'll be some tough questions there, but whoever we select, we know categorically there's going to be 1 or 2 guys brutally unlucky not to get selected because they're all going so well. So we know that, and I'm sure all the blokes in the squad at the moment will be praying it's not one of those, it's not them, but there will be 1 or 2 guys who will be really, really, really unlucky. But when we select it, we'll select it we'll just work out whether we need, you know, the top 4 batters or the finishers or the who can place. We'll work through that. That'll be just part of the formula for picking the right squad.